Mic check, mic check. Shalom, 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 family. He started in a couple minutes. A little behind. We're gonna let some people get up in here to get them notifications. Shalom to the people that is here. Did you say this shit on Facebook yet, brother? Brother Kanye.
It's up now, brother.
All
refresh.
Praises. Let's get these lights up for the people that is in here. Let's get these lights up, share all that good stuff. Let's get it going. Get it going. I'm about to share on here and then I'm about to get time to get active, man. It's time to get active.
Shalom. Shalom. Peace and blessings to the chat. We should be expecting a lot of new people today.
Man.
Yep.
Roll call.
That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah, if I see it shared, I'm about to share it right now, too. And I'm about to salute in some light here.
Con.
There we go. We live, baby. We live. Everything is nice and shared. There go my moderator. I was wondering where he was at, man. What's going on, brother? Shalom, Dayat. We got a guy one. Who you talking about? Going to see if this guy gonna come and debate. Come talk to us.
That's right.
You know what I'm talking about? I'm freezing.
Heads up too.
A little bit, but let's see. Welcome to YAOK, man. Without further ado, I'd like to say, call Son YAHAWASHI HAMASHAYACH, and that all praise to the Most High God, whose real name is Yahawah in the Paleo Hebrew, not Yahawah, not Yahweh, not God, not Yahuwah. It is Yahawah in the Paleo Hebrew, and we do so by Hashem, which means in the name of His Son, who the world ignorantly called Jesus Christ, real name Yahawah HaMashiach. I'm your brother Ratazian, and we are YLK, aka Yahawah's Law Keepers, or it's Yahawah's Law Keepers, aka YLK, and that's until Judgment Day. Here to prophesy the uplifting of so-called Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians, who are, in fact, the biblical children of Israel. They are the descendants of the biblical children of Israel, and we're here to prophesy the downfall of this wicked kingdom known as America, which is spiritual Babylon and Egypt, Sodom and Egypt, mystery Babylon, the mother of harlots, so on and so forth. Without further ado, man, we hear my brothers as always. Got a powerful lesson through the Spirit. Let them introduce themselves. We're gonna get right to it. All praise to the Most High.
Shalom to the chat, to everybody that's watching, man, to my Akim, man. All praise to the Most High in these last days. Back at it again, another live class, man. Another edification, a deep breakdown of proving who Esau is, right? Or proving who the so-called white man is according to the Bible, right? Let's go off. Be brought out real soon, man. And with that, I yield.
God. Shalom, family. It's your brother Kanye. And we all praise to the Most High for another opportunity to come out and feed the flock. Y'all do this work, man. This is a privilege and an honor. All praises.
That's right.
Be too long-winded, man.
That's right. Privilege and honor, man. All praise to the Most High, man. Everybody is not called to do this, because at the end of the day, we are called. You know what I mean? This is not something that we know the free will doesn't exist, man. So at the end of the day, everybody that's doing whatever they're doing, the Most High set them up to do it. And all praises to Him for allowing us to come out here and reach, teach, and edify our people, man. It's an honor and a privilege. Without further ado, Shab came up with the lesson today. So you got to start the fire, brother. Can y'all sharing it? You let us know, brother, and all praise to the Most High. We gonna get it going.
That's right. So as y'all see the title, that's the verse of the day. Yep. As far as the east is from the west, so far have he removed our transgressions from us. Psalms 103 and verse 12, man. That's powerful.
I just meditated on that the other night, bro. I swear I was reading that the other night, bro. I read that whole chapter the other night. That's crazy. It's like I needed it.
You can start off with Exodus 17 and 14, right? So we go get the reason why God feels this way about the damn Edomites that the Bible speaks of, right? Or you can bring it out.
This is the book of Exodus, chapter 17 and verse 14. It says, and Yahawah said unto Moses, write this for a memorial in a book and rehearse it in the ears of Joshua.
Right. So whatever the Lord is about to tell Moses to write down, he wants this to rehearse it in the ears of Joshua, right? Because this is a future prophecy that has to come to pass, right? Keep going.
It says, for I will utterly put out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven.
Right. You can finish it out.
It says, and Moses built an altar and called the name of it Jehovah Nissi, where he said, because Yahawah have sworn. What's like you said what?
Jehovah Nissi.
Oh no, Jehovah Nissi.
Jehovah Nissi says, for he said, because Yahawah have sworn that Yahawah will have war with Amalek from generation to generation.
Right. So this is where this whole thing started, right? And it's all because Amalek tried to come up against us, right? And from here you can grab 1 Samuel chapter 15 from the top, right? Because this is a prophecy that he's telling Moses to write down so everybody can remember this prophecy concerning Amalek and concerning his people, right? You can start at the top.
This is the book of 1 Samuel chapter 15 and verse 1. Samuel also said unto Saul, Yahawah sent me to anoint thee to be king over his people, over Israel. Now therefore hearken thou unto the voice of the words of Yahawah. Thus saith Yahawah of hosts, I will remember that which Amalek did to Israel, how he laid wait for him in the way when he came up from Egypt.
So right here. So now we see, right, during the time of where Yahawah was about to tell Saul to go do away with all the Edomites, all the Amalekites, like he told him in Exodus 17. This is him starting to fulfill that prophecy of him, right? All because Amalek waited on us when we came out of Egypt. We was already coming out of captivity, right? Trying to build our nation up. And then Amalek, right, came against us, right? In the time of our calamity, right? Keep going.
It says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not.
Right. So right here, this is what Saul was supposed to go and do. He was supposed to go and kill all the Amalekites, everything they got and everything that they ever had. Right. Keep going.
It says but slay both man and woman, infant and suckling, ox and sheep, camel and ass.
Right. So Saul was commanded to go kill every single Amalekite under heaven. Right. Keep going.
It says verse 4, and Saul gathered the people together and numbered them in Talam, 200,000 footmen and 10,000 men of Judah. And Saul came to the city of Amalek and laid wait in the valley. And Saul said unto the Kenites, go, depart, get you down from among the Amalekites, lest I destroy you with them. Ye shewed kindness to all the children of Israel when they came up out of Egypt. So all the Kenites departed from among the Amalekites. And Saul smote the Amalekites from Havilah until thou comest to Shur, that is over against Egypt.
So right here, so in these next two verses, there's going to be key points, right, on the reason why Saul failed. Right, that's another breakdown for another scripture, but right here is a key point right? Go to verse 8. Key point, man. Remember these names is about to be spoken of right here.
Verse 8 says, he took Agag, the king of the Amalekites, alive,
right?
And utterly
you keep going.
Says, and utterly destroy all the people with the edge of the sword.
Right.
Verse 9. But Saul and the people spared Agag.
Did what?
They spared Agag.
Agag, right? So Agag was the king of Amalek during this time, right? And what Saul was supposed to do, Saul was supposed to kill even Agag. He was supposed to kill their king, right? But Saul and the people spared Agag. But in the prior verses, at the first verse, the Lord came unto him and said, kill all of them. Suckling, or verse 3. Bring that back out, yep.
Verse 3 says, now go and smite Amalek and utterly destroy all that they have and spare them not.
And spare them not. Saul was not supposed to spare the king of Amalek, which is Agag. So this is where Saul went wrong at, right? And just to get that, you can grab verse 10 just to see what it say. I think he say Saul, or Samuel rebuked Saul.
Matter of fact, we still gotta hit 9.
Oh yeah. You just finish off at 9.
Says verse 9 says, but Saul and the people spared Agag and the best of the sheep and of the oxen and of the fatlings, and the lambs, and all that was good, and would not utterly destroy them. But everything that was vile and refuse, they destroy utterly.
See right there. So they did what the hell they wanted to do, right? And this is another reason why Saul had to go with what he went through, right? But that's a story for another time, right? From here, grab Esther chapter 3 from the top, right? So remember that name Agag. He was the king of Amalek, right? He was basically their ruler, right? An Amalekite.
You said chapter 3?
Yeah, Esther chapter 3. Right.
From the top?
Yeah, and this is how we prove the lineage all throughout the scriptures of Agag. So starting with Agag, remember Agag, he was the king of Amalek, so he's an Amalekite, right? Amalek is a grandson of Esau, right? So that goes back to Esau, what we see born in Genesis chapter 25 and verse 25, right? So it goes Esau, then it goes Amalek, which is Esau's grandson, and then Agag is a descendant of Amalek, right? So now let's see who this is. Hammond, right? Bring this out from the top.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 3 and verse 1. After these things, the king Ahasuerus promote Haman, the son of Hammedatha.
It's Hamadatha.
Oh, Hamadatha, Slakia. Hamadatha, the Agagite, and advanced him and set his seat above all the princes that were with him.
Right. So we see right here in the book of Esther, chapter 3 and verse 1. Right. Haman is the son of Hamadatha, the Agagite. So Haman is also a descendant of basically Amalek, because Agag was the king of Amalek, and Amalek is the grandson of Esau. Right. So Haman is quote unquote Amalek as well, because he's a descendant of Agag. Agag was an Amalek. Amalek goes back to Esau, right? We know Esau. You can grab that real quick. Just to start off with that. Grab Genesis 25 real quick.
I don't want to lose that, so I'm gonna...
No, that's really it on that. You can just grab
it is. Okay.
Are you talking about Haman? You just showing who that nigga Haman was. I think GMS be saying vocab Malone is Haman through the regeneration.
Yep.
Oh my
That's
God.
through the spirit. Because you know vocab is a small hat. Small hat. Yep. So he'd be one of them fake Jewish people, right?
That's cool.
You can grab 25 or 23. Start at 23.
Yeah.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 25 and verse 23.
Yep.
And Yahawah said unto her, 2 nations are in thy womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separated from thy bowels, and the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment.
Right.
And they called his name Esau.
Right. So the first came out red, like a hairy garment. And this is where we get the term redneck from, right? Or something like that, right? Because you can just tell that they're when they're red is comparing them to the lamb skin dyed red. Shalom, DB, my brother in the chat.
Shalom. Look, God.
Yeah. Right.
Real.
So we see Esau, right? This is where we get the so-called white man from, right? But in reality, he is red. That's why when you see him,
Right.
he turns red whenever we get mad or angry or anything like that. They're red as hell, or they're in the sun too long, they become red, right? And it's comparing it to a certain type of red. During the in our tabernacle, we had a ram skin dyed red. It was from blood. It was from ram's blood, right?
Yeah.
And they called his name Esau. Yep, look at that. Yep, ram skin dyed red.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So this is what they're comparing Esau to. It's not just any type of red. It's not a dark red. It's a bloody red, right?
Mhm.
It's like I said, a redneck. That's all you're seeing is when the people be that red, you're seeing their blood, right? That's their blood because they have no pigmentation or no melanin inside their skin, right? So you can go back to it, right? And now I was going to dive off into the characteristics of these people, right? You go 6.
Verse 26. And after that came his brother out, and his hand took hold of Esau's heel, and his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 80 years old when she bare them.
Now we got to notice this right here, right? Because it's giving a description on how Esau looks in verse 25, right? It's giving them how he look and what they comparing it to. But when Jacob is born, they're not giving a description about him because he looks normal, right?
Mhm.
Esau is the odd one out, and this is why it also goes into scroll up real quick. Red and hairy, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
What's up, Auntie? Shalom, Auntie.
Oh yeah, shalom.
Mm-hmm.
In 23, usually, right, the firstborn would be the hierarchy of the blessings, right? But it's saying here the elder shall serve the younger, and this is why it was a distinction upon when Esau was born besides Jacob, right? But you can keep going, go drop down to 27, right? Just to hit that point.
Yeah.
This was a spiritual birth. It was 2 nations in her womb. The elder shall serve the younger. It's a lot of stuff going on, right? Keep going.
Verse 27. You said what?
Oh, no, I'm just looking at the comments. No, that's all good.
Verse 27 says, and the boys grew, and Esau was a cunning hunter, a man of the field.
Mm-hmm.
Jacob was a plain man, dwelling in tents.
Right. So the characteristics. Esau is a man of the field. He out here trying to hunt beasts or rifles, hunt lions, and all of the stuff Esau does. They just hunt alligators and just make clothes out of them. Right. They hunt men. They hunt whatever the hell is under the damn sun. Right. But we see Jacob was a plain man dwelling in tents. Jacob was chilling. Right. He want nothing to do with the things Esau had going on. Right. So so this is Esau being born. So we see him being a so-called, or this is the so-called white man being born. You see him being a red man, and they're comparing him to bloody red, right? From here, you can grab Genesis 36, verse. I think you start at verse 8. It's a lot. I really should have started off with this first, but it is what it is. You can go to verse 8, and then you can jump down to verse 12.
This is the book of Genesis, chapter 36 and verse 8. Thus dwelt Esau in Mount Seir. Esau is Edom.
Right. So Esau is Edom. So whenever you see Esau in the Bible, it's referring to Edom. He is being called. It's like a different name, just like for us. We was called Jacob first, but now our name was changed to Israel. It's the same thing with Edom. Right. Keep going.
Jumping down to verse 12. Oh, you want me to read through or just
you can start at 11.
Jumping down to 11, it says, and the sons of Eliphaz were Teman, Omar, Zepho, and Gatam, and Kenaz.
Right. So that's a lot. That's another name right there. Teman, right?
Teman.
Yep. Teman. He is also a descendant of Esau, right? And that's it. That we can bring one of them out. I'm pretty sure y'all can hold one of them. You can drop down to verse 15.
God.
Matter of fact, Salak. No, you keep going, Salakia.
God. Verse 12 says, Timnah was concubine to Eliphaz, Esau's son, and she bare to Eliphaz Amalek.
Mm-hmm.
These were the son of Adah, Esau's wife.
Right. So you see, Eliphaz was a descendant of Esau as well, right? And Eliphaz or Amalek came from Eliphaz, right? And Eliphaz was one of Esau's first son, right? So this is how we see that Amalek is Esau's grandson, because he goes Esau, Eliphaz, Amalek, right? And then we know, like we read in what was that, Esther chapter 3, it goes back into saying that Haman the Agagite, and Agagite goes back to Samuel, right? So it's a patrilineage you were following. Esau, Eliphaz, Amalek, then it goes Agag, then it goes Haman, right? Now go to Esther 9 and 24, right? I'm gonna grab a key point because it mentioned this in in Samuel or in Exodus where it say he waited on them, right? It's showing the same characteristics of the so-called white man. Yep, bring that out.
This is the book of Esther, chapter 9 and verse 24. Because Haman, the son of Hamad Atah Salaki, the Agagite, the enemy of all Jews.
The what?
The enemy of all Jews.
Right. So Haman is a damn menace to the Jews still to this day. This is way after us leaving Egypt, right? Just like they oppose us in a once we got out the land of Egypt. There's always these damn heathens, right? Specifically the damn Amalekites and the damn Edomites, right? They always coming against the nation of Israel, right? Keep going.
Says had devised against the Jews to destroy them. It had cast that is the lot to consume them and to destroy them.
All right, keep going. You grab 25.
It says, and when Esther came before the king, he commanded by letters that his wicked device, which he devised against the Jews, should return upon his own head, and that he and his son should be hanged on the gallows.
That's right. So from here you can grab additions to Esther's. Right. So remember these names. It go from Agag to Haman, right? And Hamadatha right there. Right. So we about to see the same verbiage later in this book. And he's going to call them a certain name that we got to continuously look at these names, right? Because you could grab it's a lot. I think it's verse 16. Or Slakia. Chapter 16. Yep. The verse, I believe, was 10. Yeah, verse 10. Right?
So this is the book of addition to Esther, chapter 16 and verse 10. It says for Ammon. Is that Haman?
Yep, that's Yep.
Haman. Yep,
Haman.
Haman, a Macedonian.
A Macedonian.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
Oh, a Macedonian. There we go.
Macedonian. It says the son of Hamadatha, being indeed a stranger from the Persian blood, far distant from our goodness, and as a stranger received of us.
Right. So we see right here, later in the book of Esther, is referring to Haman, the Agagite, as a Macedonian. Right. So now we have to look at who are the Macedonians and who do these people go back to and who do they call themselves now? Right. So go to 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. Right. And these are the books that they took out of the original King James Version Bible. Right. It's called the Apocrypha. You can start at verse 1.
This is the book of 1 Maccabees chapter 1 and verse 1. And it happened after that Alexander, son of Philip, the Macedonian.
Right. So right here, Alexander, the son of Philip. If y'all know who this is talking about, please type it in the chat. Right. It's a pop quiz. Right. Who is this Alexander, son of Philip? Right. Keep going because it's gonna break it down. If y'all know it, put it in the chat.
says, who came out of the land of Chittim, had smitten Darius, king of the Persians and Medes, that he reigned in his stead the first over Greece.
So we see
made
right
many.
here.
Okay.
You finish it. I'll keep going.
Yeah. Verse 2 says, and made many wars and won many strongholds and slew the kings of the earth.
That's right. So we see right here, this is the historical figure of who we all refer to as Alexander the Great. This is Alexander the Greek, right? So Greek, right? The Greeks go back to being called Macedonians, right? We see that right there. And then Macedonians goes back to Haman, right? Did we read in Esther? Then once we go to Haman, Haman goes back to Agag. He's an Agagite, which is a descendant of Amalek. And Amalek dates back all the way back to Esau, right?
To Esau.
And this is how we can prove that the so-called Greeks, which would be the so-called white people in today's time, and the Romans and all of these people would date back all the way going back to Esau, right? And this is biblical prophecy. Grab Ezekiel 35, right? This is where all these prophecies go to, and all of these. I'm probably grab a few of these and I'm gonna pass it on, man. I know y'all got some precepts lined up and future prophecies lined up for the so-called white people, man, which are the true biblical Israelites. Just like how the so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Americans are the true biblical Israelites, the so-called white people is a damn Edomite.
Yeah, there you go. Because you said Israelites twice, but yeah, we know what you meant though.
You want me to start at the top?
I can't even see your screen. Probably got to share it.
Oh, so I
yeah, you can start at the top.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 35, verse 1. Moreover, the word of Yahawah came unto me, saying, Son of man, set thy face against Mount Seir and prophesy against it.
Like we read in Genesis 36, right? And like we read in Exodus 17 and 4 or 14, where he say he got generation from Amalek to Amalek, from generation to generation, because they all come from Mount Seir. The so-called white man heritage stands from Mount Seir, right? And they say what? Keep going.
Verse 3. And say unto it, thus saith Yahawah power. Behold, O Mount Seir, I am against thee, and I will stretch out mine hand against thee, and I will make thee most desolate.
That's right. He is against Mount Seir, right? Because Amalek goes all the way back to Esau. This is why it's always prophecies concerning both. We read in Exodus 17, Obadiah, Ezekiel 35, Ezekiel 36, right? Ezekiel 25. All of these prophecies and promises of destruction to these people, right? Because these are the people these are our worst enemy, right? Since the time of Genesis 25. There's always a pre-occurrence and a foreshadowing of all of these prophecies since the beginning, right? Keep going.
It says, verse 4, I will lay thy cities waste, and thou shalt be desolate, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah.
That's right.
Because thou hast had a perpetual hatred, and hast shed the blood of the children of Israel by the force of the sword in the time of their calamity, in the time that their iniquity had an end.
Right. So this is talking about once we got out of Egypt. Once our iniquity came to an end, once the Passover happened, once the Lord split the Red Sea and did all these marvelous works and gave us manna and cracked the rock for us and gave us sugar water and fish and all of these things in the wilderness, then Amalek decided to come up against us while we left out of Egypt, right? When our time of captivity came to an end, Esau tried to come up against us and do all of these things, right? Keep going.
Says, verse 6 says, therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah power, I will prepare thee unto blood. Blood shall pursue thee. Since thou hast not hated blood, even blood shall pursue thee.
Keep going.
Thus I will make Mount Seir most desolate, and cut off from it him that passeth out and him that returneth.
Right. This is a judgment being cast upon Esau. Right. Keep going.
Verse 7. Verse 8 says, and I will fill his mountains with his slain men, in thy hills and in thy valleys, and in all thy rivers, and they shall fall that are slain with the sword. And I will make thee perpetual desolations, and thy city shall not return, and ye shall know that I am Yahawah.
Right? This is what judgment the Lord has prepared into Esau, because of all of the wickedness the Edomites and the Amalekites have sown, even unto this day. Right? This is why Babylon has to go into remembrance, right? Because now, even during the time of Ezekiel, he is prophesying about this. But just imagine that plus what? Lord knows how many years ago Ezekiel lived, but say roughly 1,500 years later, this is still going on. Or 2,000 years later, this is still going on. They still have a perpetual hatred towards us. They still killing us unarmed. They still redlining us. They still lynching our people and doing all these wicked atrocities against Israel to this day. Right? Keep going.
It says, verse 10, because thou hast said, these two nations and these two countries shall be mine, and we will possess it, whereas Yahawah was there. Therefore, as I live, saith Yahawah power, I will even do according to thine anger and according to thine envy, which thou hast used out of thy hatred against them.
Right. So he's gonna recompense them the same type of anger they have for us onto them. Right. During the time of slavery, the things that they was doing to our ripping infant babies out of their wombs, right? Tying the men to horses and dragging us and pulling us apart. All of these things that they was doing to us, the Lord is going to have it done unto them, right? Keep going.
John says, and I will make myself known among them when I have judged thee.
And that's how they gonna know the Lord. They gonna know the Lord through death, pain, pestilences, right? Destruction, famine, and all of the atrocities the Lord has stored up for this place, right? And for the so-called white man, right? Keep going.
It says, and thou shalt know that I am Yahawah, and I have heard all thy blasphemies which thou hast spoken against the mountain of Israel, saying, they are laid desolate, they are given us to consume.
Right? See, like they're in they boasting in the things they have done, right? They're sitting here boasting all the blasphemies that they are saying. Pride, right? And this is what Obadiah speaks on. It's about the pride of their heart have deceived thee, right? Because they think that they're going to get away with all these things scot-free, but not even knowing that it's a recompense to all of this, right? Keep going.
Verse 13. Thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them. That's
man. Bring that out again.
That's scary right there. Verse 13 says, thus with your mouth ye have boasted against me, and have multiplied your words against me. I have heard them.
Right. They thought they just think they are just living freely. No, the Lord is writing all of this down. You got that? You got that? Yep, you got that? For thousands of years. This is, dude, you got to think this is happening since the time since he was born. Before he was born, according to Romans 9, right? Before this man was born, this is what the Lord has predestined for him.
That's right.
Death, destruction, and hell, right? Keep going.
Right. Verse 14. Thus saith Yahawah power, when the whole earth rejoiceth, I will make thee desolate.
That's right. Because we know once the white man fall, or the so-called white man fall, the earth is in good hands, right? Because we know once, according to what's that, 2 Ezra 6 and 9, right?
That's right.
What do that say? The end of the world. They say Jacob is the beginning. Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of that followeth, right? Yep. And that's talking about an age. That's talking about a time period. Once the so-called white man fall, we know Jacob is about to rule in righteousness. This is why when the so-called white man fall, the earth is going to rejoice, because we're going to be in rulership. Yep, bring that out.
This is the book of 2 Ezra, chapter 6 and verse 9.
No, get some context.
You want to go up to
about 7?
Yeah, 7.
I was gonna pull that anyway, but go ahead. You might as well get it.
Yeah. It's 2 Ezra chapter 6 and verse 7 says, then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? When shall be the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? He said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. It's that same story in Genesis. It says, for Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth.
That's right. So what this is talking about when it says the end of the world, it's talking about the end of an age, the end of a time period, the end of rulership, right? So once the white man rulership go down, then Jacob, right, the 12 tribes of Israel is the beginning of the following. And that's going to be the return of our Lord and Savior Hamashayac Yahawah. And this is how they're going to get their judgment, right? They're going to get their judgment by being trodden down in that damn wine press and also being saved as slaves for us, right?
Right.
You can finish that out.
God. Slacky. I wanted to bring this out too, just to show you, just to show like this is the end of this current world, right? Because if you jump down to verse 25, it says, whosoever remaineth from all these that I have told thee shall escape and see my salvation and the end of your world. So this is the end of this current world. Like the ones who are making it, you feel me? That's who are inheriting the next world to come.
Right.
This
world
is
the kingdom. That's right. The next world is the kingdom of God. Right.
That's right. God.
That's right. That's fire precept. Now you can finish this out, then I'm a yield.
God. Verse 15 says in Ezekiel chapter 35 says, as thou didst rejoice at the inheritance of the house of Israel, because it was desolate, so will I do unto thee. Thou shalt be desolate, O Mount Seir, and all Idumea, even all of it, and they shall know that I am Yahawah.
See right there, and this is how I bring it into a whole full circle, right? Because it says, "O Mount Seir, and all Idumea," meaning all the descendants of Esau, right? Every last one of them. Every last one of them is going to get this damn, look at that, Edom, right?
Idumea. That's just another way.
Literally. Edomites. Any damn descendant of Esau is going to get dealt with, right? And this is the judgment. Look at that. Read, see Genesis 25 and 25 right there, man. And it's all praise to the Most High God, man.
That's right.
Right, the older twin, right? All Idumea is going to get this judgment. I mean, Esau, Amalek, Agagite, Hammon, Macedonians, every last single one of them, man, got to get dealt with, man. With that, I yield. All praise to the Most High God.
All praises to the Most High Yahawah. What you got over there, brother?
I mean, it was good. Can you hear me?
Yeah, kind. I was about to say,
no, it was good to think about like what you said, because like one of the key factors that I like to like talk about is the fact that they try to act like when you talk to some people, they act like the Edomites don't exist no more, or just a lot of things. So like the prophecy proves that they exist. You know what I mean? It said that Esau will be there at the end of the world. And then, you know what I mean? It's just a lot of judgment is going to be brought on them that the Most High is going to do himself. So if the Edomites are not here, how is, they're going to be receiving judgment at the end of the world? And then second Ezra, like I said, we didn't have certain things before, but now we have the, complete Bible to show that these people will be ruling at the end. I mean, it's a lot of little different things. And it's just a lot of times that God brought out like his judgments. A lot of them, we didn't see it happen, but he said that certain things are going to happen to him. And we know that God's word cannot come back void. So if they can't show us, according to history, where we've seen Edomites or Amalek or anybody being judged, and that means they have to still be here in order to receive that judgment. So, just want to kind of go into a couple other points. I was looking for this other one too that I forgot. I remember I used to pull out a minute ago. I'm gonna see if I can pull it up. But if we can, let's get one more of these out the law real quick. Deuteronomy 25, just because he said things about he not forgetting about Amalek. So Amalek is going to do, and I'm just thinking about if he said this much about him, you know what I mean? Yeah. That would be something notable that we'll see. Like, okay, he took out the Amalekites at some point in time, right? We can go down. Let's get verse 17 through 19. I'm still looking for this other point real quick, though.
Salakia, before you bring us out, could you quote it? I could probably help you look for it.
Oh no, I know where it's at. I got it. I'm just looking for this other part, and I'm gonna have him pull that verse as well too. I'm just looking for the other verse and name it in such a crazy way, right? I'm gonna pull it. I'm gonna find it real quick. You can get that real quick, though.
Yeah. This is the book of Deuteronomy, chapter 25 and verse 17. It says, "Remember what Amalek did unto thee by the way, when you were come forth out of Egypt, how he met thee by the way, and smote the hindmost of thee, even all that were feeble behind thee, when thou was faint and weary, and he feared not God." Says, "Therefore it shall be, when Yahawah thy power hath given thee rest from all thine enemies round about, and the land which Yahawah thy power giveth thee for an inheritance to possess it, that thou shalt blot out the remembrance of Amalek from under heaven. Thou shalt not forget it."
See, he's never gonna forget everything that he's been saying about this person. So, like, we can't see that happening in history. I mean, it's yet to happen yet. And he said he's gonna do a lot of things. Like he said he's gonna blot him out from remembrance. He's been telling us a lot of different things that he's going to do to Amalek, and we know that it's gonna happen, right?
So like, I wanted to make this quick point on here because this is a powerful verse. 19 is powerful because it say, therefore it shall be, when the Lord thy God have given thee rest from all thine enemies round about. So once we reach that peace, then this is going to happen. So they have to remain until the end of times. They have to be here. They have to. That's fire.
Right there. When exactly? When? Right. So let's get I'm gonna get a couple other little points. Right. Let's just get what he said about let's get Ezekiel 25. No shot mentioned it, but he didn't bring it out. Right.
Bring that out.
Ooh.
And he's giving them against everybody. I want to get straight really to the point though.
It started at 12.
Yep. Hold on, my jump messing up a little bit. So like, you don't know what's going on today. Yeah, but you can bring that out. I got this other one.
This is the book of Ezekiel, chapter 25 and verse 12. Right? It says, "Thus saith Yahawah power, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking vengeance, and have greatly offended and revenged himself upon them. Therefore, thus saith Yahawah power, I will also stretch out mine hand upon Edom, and will cut off man and beast from it, and I will make it desolate from Teman, and they of the Dan shall fall by the sword. And I will lay my vengeance upon Edom by the hand of my people Israel. And they shall do in Edom according to mine anger and according to my fury, and they shall know my vengeance, saith Yahawah power." Damn.
See what I'm saying? So, I mean, this is everybody getting it. He mentioned Ammon, he mentioned Moab, he mentioned Edom. You know what I mean? All these things is going to do this, like he said, for the things that's been happening to us. And if you even look at the beginning, because that Edom have dealt against the house of Judah by taking advantage and have greatly offended, you know what I mean? Nobody has, Esau hasn't, I mean, the Israelites have not been redeemed yet. We are still being offended. We are still being oppressed. We have not been redeemed. So he said all this stuff is going to happen, you know, once this started to happen, like he said even before, right? But I want to get another key factor as well too, right? Let me get Numbers 24. And then the ones I'm going to, this is according to the law, but it's prophecy way back. So it's just proving that even though, you know, they talking about, you know, the Old Testament, all this other stuff, it's so much stuff that has not been done away with. And we, you know, we can't neglect that fact, right? Let's bring this out. Let's start about verse 17, Baba Kushai. And I'm still looking for this too. That's why I'm a little distracted, but I'm gonna get it. Don't worry about it.
This is the book of Numbers, chapter 24 and verse 17. "I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab, and destroy the children of Seth. And Edom shall be a possession. Seir also shall be a possession for his enemies, and Israel shall do valiantly." So, yeah, you want me to keep going?
Yeah, keep going.
Yeah. Verse 19. Out of Jacob shall come he that shall have dominion, and shall destroy him that remaineth of the city.
Verse 20 should be the last one.
And when he looked on Amalek, he took up this parable and said, Amalek was the first of the nations, but his latter end shall be that he perish forever.
His latter end, and you got to think this is the first one where he brought up, because Esau thinks, Amalek thinks he's the best out of the Edomites, which technically, he's propped himself up. If you look at the so-called white man today, you got the Jewish, he's at the top. You know what I mean? Then they don't even look at the other one. All these other white people, they're going against each other because these Russians are Edomites. These people over here in Ukraine, all of them are Edomites, right? But they're going against each other. They're just different type of Edomites. But at the top of them all is the fake ones, the Amalekites, the Jewish people. They're the ones that's at the top. They're the ones that's controlling everything from, the currency. They own the music industry, the movie industry. They are the richest people in the world, but they have like 90% of the money, but they're like 2% of the whole world's population. You can't tell me that this isn't who these people are. And then, like at the end, it said that star. Can we go back? Just get that verse one more, because I was looking for something. I was a little distracted, right?
Verse 17 says, I shall see him, but not now. I shall behold him, but not nigh. There shall come a star out of Jacob, and a scepter shall rise out of Israel, and shall smite the corners of Moab and destroy all the children of Sheph.
So that star that's coming out of Jacob and that scepter, this is who the word calls Jesus Christ. This is Yahawah. He's about to be the one to do all of this. That's so right. If you saying that Esau ain't here no more, they not this, but this is telling us that once Yahawah come back, all these things are going to be happening. He's going to make Edom a possession. Seir, this is Esau again. Israel shall do valiantly, but this is all at the return of the Messiah. So this is going to happen. So this is how you know it's end time prophecy. This is how you know that he said he's going to rule at the end. And this is written in the law. This is in the Torah, the book of Numbers. This has not happened yet, because Christ has not came back yet as a conquering lion coming to kill things. He's came back as that lamb. He laid down his life for us. And now he's going to come back as that devouring lion, that conquering lion. He's going to come back and put everything in his place. Right? And I just need you to get one more thing for me, and I'm a yield. Can you get Lamentations chapter 4? I need really verse 22 is my point, right?
Probably start at 20. You get it's 21.
Yep. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4 and verse 21. Rejoice and be glad, O daughter of Edom, that dwellest in the land of Uz. The cup also shall pass through unto thee. Thou shalt be drunken and shall make thyself naked. The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Right. So look, it said, "Oh, daughter of Edom," right? But it's something that I need to pull up, right? And I'm trying to see how to get to it on here. I do have it up, right? But I want you to read that one more time, right?
You verse 22 or
good. 22, verse 22.
Just re-rocking 22 again. It says, the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. He will no more carry thee away into captivity. He will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins.
Right. So this is what he's saying, right? So he's exposing them. Everything about them is being exposed, right? The punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion. We've suffered enough, right? He will no longer carry thee away captive, and he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. He will discover thy sins, right? Now, pull this up in Bible Hub. I got it. Pull this up in Bible Hub, the same verse. Just look up Lamentations 4 and 22, right? Because I'm going to show you that historically, these people know who Esau is. They're trying to gaslight us. They're trying to put film over our eyes. They're trying to do this, but everybody knows that the Edomites are still here to this day. Like he said, he even showed that the Greeks pulled in. Alexander will go back to a damn Temanite. He's Alexander the Greek, and we understand that these are the same people because they took hold after that, the Romans, right? Go up to click on commentaries for the same verse, right? Go up a little bit. Look, yeah, click on that. Just click up comment. All right, now let's go down. I'm looking for Gills. Right, go. Let me know you get to Gills.
Oh yeah.
Yep, Gills' exposition of the entire Bible. Right. So let's read a little bit of this and watch this.
It says the punishment of thine iniquity is accomplished, O daughter of Zion, in part in the 70 years captivity in Babylon, and more fully in their present captivity. For, as had been observed, there are some things in the preceding account which had a further accomplishment in the destruction of Jerusalem and the distress of the Jews by the Romans. The Targum is, and after thine iniquity is fulfilled, O congregation of Zion, and thou shalt be delivered from the hands by the hands of the Messiah, and of Elias the high priest.
All right, now I want you to go down, right? Go down, start at he will visit, right? Because this word is going to come in. I just need them 2 paragraphs after he will visit thine iniquity, and watch what it say. Because it's going to talk about a different version of the Bible. And watch what this say.
It says, and he will visit thine iniquity, O daughter of Edom. Punish the Edomites for their sins, as is elsewhere threatened. Jeremiah 49, Amos 1. Says, which was fulfilled by Nebuchadnezzar as an instrument, and may have some respect to the destruction of the Romans. When the Jews shall be converted and return to their own land, the Targum in the King of Spain's Bible is.
Yep. Now watch this verse in the King of Spain's Bible. Same verse. Look what it says.
It says, and at that time I will visit thine iniquity, O wicked Rome, which art built in Italy and full of multitudes of the children of Edom. And the Persians shall come and oppress thee and make thee desolate.
Right here. So even right here, it said, you know, the punishment, it was talking to Edom. It said that, oh, daughter of Edom and all this other stuff. But this one is literally saying, oh, wicked Rome, which art built in Italy. We already know that's the capital of Italy, full of multitudes of the children of Edom. These are the same people. So we can identify where Rome is today, and we understand that's who they are. And we understand that this is the revised Roman Empire. You have to come to terms and know that the same people, the Edomites today, will go back to the so-called white man. And that's really just all the little points that I had. A lot of stuff you kind of addressed, because I was definitely going to be out the second Ezra 6 and 9. But, hey, you brought it out, and all praise to the Most High, man. It's a lot of ways where these people know. Everybody know who's who, you know what I mean? And they try to do stuff because they're against us. Matter of fact, I got one more. Let me get Psalms 83 just to prove that. It's a confederacy against your people. It's a conspiracy against you, the children of Israel, to keep you docile, to keep you naked, to keep you away from your heritage and your name. And right here, it just shows, and it's God's enemies. How are all these people doing this if the Edomites were just done away with in all this other time? And then they're the first name that's listed on this list. But we can start at verse 2. Or start it off, bring from the top. Forget it. Bring it from the top. And then that'll be my last one.
Bring it out.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 83, and verse 1. Keep not thou silence, O God. Hold not thy peace, and be not still, O God. For lo, thy enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance.
They succeeded that. Then talking about crafty counsel. I think that's a whole underground, that's a conglomerate. That's what we call the Illuminati. And we're not being called Israelites no more. We're being called bywords and proverbs. We're being called niggas, spics, Indians, Mexicans, Puerto Ricans, blacks, all these different things. But we're not being called Judah, Issachar, Benjamin, Levi. We're not called these names. We're not called any of these things. You know what I mean? They cut off the name of Israel for being no more in remembrance. And now they're calling these people over there in Israel Israelis or Jewish. And then they only say it's certain tribes there. We know these people are not the people because they don't fit the curses and they don't fit any of the blessings, right? But let's keep going, though. Who are the people that has one consent that's confederate against us?
Verse 5. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom.
Why is that the first name mentioned if The Edomites are just so way gone, like they don't even exist. None of that. This is the first people when he said these people are confederate against thee. This is number one, enemy number one, and he's really gonna mention them twice, but because like that's their whole, that's their house. Like as we're Israelites, but then you break it down into tribes. But look, enemy number one, the tabernacles of Edom, and who else?
God and the Ishmaelites.
That's the so-called Arabic man. They know they go back to Ishmael. We can keep going.
Of Moab,
Chinese people,
and the Hagarenes,
some damn Africans,
Gabor,
I believe that's some more Africans,
and Ammon.
That's the Japanese,
and Amalek.
Look, see Esau again, just one of the chief tribe, the one who God said he would have war with forever. So that's until he comes and bring that judgment on. This is still being mentioned twice, beginning and the end, pretty much. And who else?
God. It says the Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre.
The Philistines will be the people who occupied the so-called land of Palestine today. That's what that name was switched over to. Those are the Philistines, right? There will be some more Hamites as well. A bunch of different ones. Skin folk is not all kinfolk, right? And you can finish this out.
Asher.
That's Assyria.
Yep, Assyria.
Yeah. It's also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot.
Yep, children of Lot is pretty much all them damn Asian slanted eyes ass niggas. And these are all the people that's against us. And when you look over here in the land of America, those are all the people who businesses are prospering in our communities. You know what I mean? As far as beauty supplies, I don't know how it is in everybody else's city, but in Detroit, the beauty supplies are ran by all Moabites, Ammonites, whatever. You always see them over there. The nail salons, they doing all our women's feet, hands, and all this other stuff. Massage parlors, they doing all of that. Happy endings, they control that game. The Ishmaelites are over here. They controlling our grocery stores. They controlling the gas stations. They controlling, oil change spots, motor spots. The white man controls every damn thing else because they have to go to them and so on and so forth.
Literally.
Even in other cities, we go to Atlanta, it's Africans in the gas stations down there. Like so-called real Africans, not you so-called African Americans who we do come from the continent of Africa, but we will be from Northeast Africa. We are from the land of Israel, Jerusalem. That's where we come from, man. So these are all the people that's confederate against us. The Most High told us these things. If these people were going to be done away with, why would he mention them as public enemy number one? That's confederate against the children of Israel, keeping away the name, because we didn't lose our name and lose our heritage until the very last one of those worst captivities. So if they were confederate with that, you know what I mean? If Esau was gone long ago, we did not forget we were Israelites until the last captivity.
Right.
So with that, I yield.
That's right. Edomites are still here, man. Kaya, you had a precept because I had one more. Just to
you can bring yours out.
Grab Isaiah chapter 63 from the top. That's the end prophecy, right? We see this verse being used in Revelation, where they say in Christ, you feel what I'm saying, come to his elect, and his vessels is dipped in blood.
Yeah, and right. Where did he go to?
Right,
where did he go?
Coming from?
Where was he coming from? Damn.
Grab an NLT, Malak. That's how we know these people judgment is stored up into the end, man, because they got to get dealt with righteous judgment, right?
That's right.
From no other like Yahawah, our Savior, right?
That's right.
Bring this out.
This is the book of Isaiah, chapter 63, and verse 1 in the NLT. It says, judgment against Yahawah's enemies. Who is this who comes from Edom, from the city of Basra?
Right, from Esau city, right? Basra is found in Edom.
Yep, with his clothing stained red. Who is this in royal robes, marching in his great strength? It is I, the Lord, announcing your salvation. It is I, the Lord, who has the power to save.
Right. So Christ, you get verse 2 real quick.
Yeah. It says, why are your clothes red, as if you have been treading out grapes?
Damn.
Says, I have been treading the winepress alone. No one was there to help me. In my anger, I have trampled my enemies as if they were grapes. Man. In my fury, I have trampled my foes. Their blood has stained my clothes.
You see that? You feel what I'm saying? This is what Yahawah is returning to do, right? He is coming back to slay the damn so-called white man for all the wickedness that they have done, right? And this is why his clothes is so red, because he's basically saying that he was stumping out some damn Edomites, some pale folk, right? He was stumping them out. And this is why his whole Versace robe is dipped in blood. That's why I say, you feel what I'm saying? This is how you get wine. So imagine people, you got human wine he's about to come and stump out, right? Keep going.
Says, for the time has come for me to avenge my people, to ransom them from their oppressors.
That's right. He's coming to buy us back. He's coming to redeem us, right? And this is what we talk about, the redemption of Israel, right? In glorious fashion. This is why this is going to be the best second Exodus ever. Because not only are we being saved, but we're also seeing our enemies get put to death by our Lord and Savior Yahawah. Right? Keep going.
Says, I was amazed to see that no one intervened to help the oppressed. So I myself stepped in to save them with my strong arm, and my wrath sustained me. I crushed the nations in my anger and made them stagger and fall to the ground, spilling their blood upon the earth.
That's right. And this is all in the city of Basra, right? This is where his sacrifice is at, right? He's going to gather the grapes that are ripe and throw them into that damn wine press, and they go get their ass crushed to oblivion, man. This is in the last days when Yahawah shall return. So this knows the talk about Esau is no longer here, right? Because they still got him here. They still got a hell to pay, right?
John, I ain't gonna lie. I want to add on a point to this, man. I ain't gonna lie. Just because we got to get the other point, because people might be thinking they don't understand how prophecy work. Like prophecy is what it is. It don't matter where Old or New Testament. This is all God's word. This is the whole Bible. And we can't see Yahawah come back smashing on anybody. But some people might look, well, he reading Isaiah, right? So we're gonna show you this same thing with people seeing him after this happened, right? Let's go to Revelation 19, just for the facts, right?
Bring that out.
Let's start at verse 11. I ain't see what it's saying in the NLT, so you got it. So let's see. Let's start at verse 11, though.
This is the book of Revelation, chapter 19 and verse 11 in the NLT. It says, and I saw heaven open, and a white horse was standing there. Its rider was named Faithful and True, for he judgeth fairly and wages a righteous war.
Righteous war.
His eyes were like flames of fire. On his head were many crowns. A name was written on him that no one understood except himself. He wore a robe dipped in blood. His title was the Word of God. The armies of heaven, dressed in the finest of pure white linen, followed him on white horses. From his mouth came a sharp sword to strike down the nations. He will rule them with an iron rod. He will release the fierce wrath of God and the Almighty, like juice flowing from a wine press.
That's what it's about to be like. That's what you seen in Isaiah 63. When he came through, he stumped them out. It's gonna be like juice flowing from a damn wine press. And one more thing too. So go back up where it said he's doing a righteous war, right? It said he came in as a rider, wages a righteous war. Go up to verse 2. Why is he waging this righteous war, which is still righteous? And he's going to say it again.
Verse 2 says his judgments are true and just. He has punished the great prostitute who corrupted the earth with her immorality. He has avenged the murder of his servants.
So that's a righteous thing. He avenged the murder of his servants, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, who Native Americans, who are keeping the laws of the Most High God, Yahawah, and have faith in him when he comes. Right. There's going to be the people that's praised, and these are going to be the people that you see be redeemed. No ends, no ifs, ands, or buts about it, man. And you know what I mean?
And they praising the Lord for that. They praising the Lord for the judgment that they have just seen from the destruction of Babylon and Great in the damn wine press, right? They praising the Lamb in the Most High God for his righteous judgments, man. And it's beautiful. It's a beautiful scene.
I got just two quick points or 2 points real fast. I'm about to bring mine out, right? Even when people say that Esau is no longer here, or is no longer a nation or whatever the case is. We showing prophecy after prophecy, you know what I'm saying? Then we going into their lineage, right? Like these people have to be on the earth for the prophecy to take place, right? So I'm about to get this Isaiah 34. Now I can really start from the top and just go down to about 9 for real. Bring this out about Kushah.
God. It's the book of Isaiah chapter 34 from the top.
Bring it
Come
up.
near, ye nations, to hear and hearken, ye people. Let the earth hear, and all that is therein, in the world, and all the things that come forth of it. For the indignation of Yahawah is upon all nations, and his fury upon their armies, upon all their armies. He have utterly destroyed them. He have delivered them to the slaughter. Verse 3. Their slain also shall be cast out, and their stink shall come up out of their carcasses, and the mountains shall melt with their blood.
So this is a judgment pronounced against the nations, but it's gonna get specific, right? And it's the the topic that we've been going over, Esau, right? It's about to get real specific about him, right? Keep going.
Verse 4. And all the hosts of heaven shall be dissolved, and the heavens shall be rolled together as a scroll, and all their hosts shall fall down as the leaf falleth off the vine, and as a falling fig from the fig tree.
Right. So, and in this case, this is really speaking about America. America is about to get destroyed, and that the heavens being rolled together as a scroll. That's that nuke, that mushroom cloud that's about to hit. Right. This place is about to get destroyed by thermonuclear fire. This is the chief place of Esau. Right now, Amalek. Right. Those are the so-called small hats and the so-called Jewish. Right. So those are the elites. Like those are elites. Right. But America in general, the Esau. This place is about to get destroyed. Right. Keep going.
Verse 5. For my sword shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon Idumea, and upon the people of my curse to judgment.
Right. So we already just showed you Idumea goes back to Edom.
That's right.
So Idumea, Edom, Esau, they are all tied in, right? Amalek, these people, they are the same people.
Yeah, right? Like Idumea is the Greek way of saying Edom.
God, right? And it says, upon the people of my curse. Now, this is something so simple, right? Like these people, they can't even walk out in the sun for too long, right? These people are the bases of men. They are they're at the bottom, right? Realistically, when you comparing them and matching these people at the bottom, right?
That's
these
right.
are the people of the Most High's curse, right? The Most High has cursed these people. We can keep going.
Right. Verse 6. The sword of Yahawah is filled with blood. It is made fat with fatness, and with the blood of lambs and goats, with the fat of kidneys of rams. For Yahawah hath a sacrifice in Basra, and a great slaughter in the land of Idumea.
Like we just read in Isaiah 63, Basra. This is the city of Esau, right? A great slaughter in the land of Idumea. These are the same people. Like there's a judgment pronounced against these people. So how could they no longer exist? Right? When can you show me when this happened? No, right?
That's right.
We keep going.
Verse 7. And the unicorn shall come down with them, and the bullocks with the bulls, and their land shall be soaked with blood, and their dust made fat with fatness. For it is the day of Yahawah's vengeance, in the year of recompenses for the controversy of Zion.
Right. So this is the payback for what they have done to us, the children of Israel. This is payback that the Lord is about to give them. And this is in the last days. So you will have to show first off, this is in the last days. So you can't say that Esau doesn't exist anymore. Right? This is something that he's doing for the children of Israel. And we've shown time after time in prophecy, the curses of the Bible, that we are the children of Israel, the blessings, all these things, right? So these people have to get paid back for what they have done to us. Right, we keep going, and I'm gonna jump over to my other point.
And the streams thereof shall be turned into pitch, and the dust thereof into brimstone, and the land thereof shall become burning pitch.
Right, and this land is, you know what I mean, it's gonna be set on fire. That's that fervent heat. That's that, you know, that day, like an oven, a hot oven, a furnace. This place is going to be eradicated. This place is going to be destroyed, right? And then we gonna jump over, and for anybody saying that Esau no longer exists, you would have to explain this verse, right?
Please bring this out. I was hoping this had to be legs. If you wasn't, I was like, this has to come out.
we can start with two.
This is the book of Obadiah, chapter 1 and verse 15. For the day of Yahawah is near upon all the heathen. As thou hast done, it shall be done unto thee. Thy reward shall return upon thine own head.
Righteousness.
This is powerful, man. This is why it's so righteous. What these people have done is gonna return onto their head. All the atrocities and all the just abominations, they gonna get paid back for it. You feel me? And even when we was going into it, a war doesn't necessarily have to be a good thing all the time. This is the fruit of their labor. This is what they have sowed. So this is what they about to reap. These people. And when you look at it, it's playing upon tables, right? You keep going.
I just want to say it is a good thing. A war is always a good thing, depending on who it's for. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
The things that's about to happen. This is a great reward for the man that Esau is, right? Verse 16. Yep. For as ye have drunk upon my holy mountain, so shall all the heathen drink continually. Yeah, they shall drink and they shall swallow down. They shall be as though they had not been. But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, in the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions.
Right. Here's the point, right?
In the house of Jacob shall be a fire, in the house of Joseph a flame, in the house of Esau for stubble. They shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for Yahawah
has spoken it.
Right. So now you would have to show where this happened, where the children of Israel eradicated the children of Esau.
Yeah, northern and southern kingdom.
Exactly, northern and southern kingdom. You have to show that in entirety, and if you can't claim that Esau no longer exists, and you can't claim that these people have already received their judgment. This is a future prophecy that is soon coming to pass, Lord willing. These people are about to be destroyed for all the atrocities that they have done to us. These people are the so-called white man of today, and that's why them ruling this world is coming to a speedy end. We're going to be, when Yahawah shall return, we're going to be a part of the new world that is to come, Lord willing. You feel me? So these people, the American white man, because even if you want to say, oh, well, what about Russia? They're just a different tribe. These are the same people. Yep. You feel me? They are the same people. So they all are going to taste of this cup. They're going to have to drink of this cup and get the same destruction in that curse. Like, and it's all praise to the Most High Yahawah for it. And look what they have done. Look what they have done in the earth. These people have destroyed the earth. They're hunting animals to extinction, right? They're polluting the air. They're doing all manner of wickedness in the earth. You feel me? So it's only righteous and it's only right that the Most High judge these people and eradicate them. This is the ultimate end of the white man. You feel me? So you have any love for these people, you have any soft spot, Stockholm syndrome, whatever it is. This is the ultimate fate of the white man, and it's all praise to the Most High Yahawah for it. With that, I yield.
That part. But it said the day of the Lord is near upon all the heathens, and everybody gonna reap what they sow, even Israelites. So y'all out here sowing wicked seeds. You out here want to be an adulteress. You out here a murderer, a liar, a thief, a homosexual. All these different things. You're gonna have to reap what the hell you sow. And it just is what it is. And Kanye, can you do one more thing for me? I just want to do another little archaeological proof. It's hard for me to say that. Archaeological. I can't say it. It's hard to say it. I want to see some archaeology though.
Yeah.
I'll just say that. Just Google Petra for me real quick.
How you spell it?
Petra. And just pull that up. So, right, this is where Esau was dwelling before, and you can't tell me it don't look like these damn buildings today. If you go to Washington, real quick, let's pull that up just to show us some archaeology.
It's like a city.
I was thinking about that too. Like,
just go to the images and bring it up. Watch this. You said you was thinking about that.
Yeah, because I seen the one like even it'll take like some from now from like the White House and it'll compare it to it. The same pillars and stuff. The same, like you say, the same people.
Same people. They still doing it the same way. If it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Literally.
If you can get it, you ain't switched the screen yet.
Oh, Salakia. Yeah, okay. 'Cause I did have it up for sure. Look at this shit.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Dog.
It's a city
Look at
in
that.
Jordan. This where these people are. Look at these things. These same pillars. It look like the damn White House. Look at they've been building they stuff like that. Then it's in the side of a cave.
Man.
Colors, the Caucasus. Look at these right here. This is how they built it up in front of it. It looks the same thing with these pillars on the side and all this other stuff. It looked like something right in Washington today.
Yeah, even the same design right here too. That's crazy.
It's exactly the same.
Pillars.
Yeah. So if y'all that don't know, remember thinking this city, Petra in Jordan. This is in the size of a damn mountain. And don't it look like y'all that went to court or had to go somewhere? You done seen this before. Like, damn, don't this look familiar? It's the same people. They ain't switched their designs. Shalom, Cole. So yeah, just a little archaeology so y'all can look up a lot of stuff. They done left us a bunch of signs, man. And you know, the Most High told us, man, this is how it's gonna be. And they tried to hide us, but ultimately they tried to hide themselves, man, and call themselves by different names. These people are nomadic people, especially the Amalekites, because they go by and calling themselves after jobs and taking the identities of people and doing that. That's like a cancer. They want to take over and host your body and host your soul and do all of this. And that's what they even trying to do now with Neuralink and the whole mark of the beast and the RFID chip, all these things, man. This is what they're doing. Is they're trying to escape judgment. But there's no way you can escape it, man. The Most High already wrote it out. He already said it. And that's what it is. And that's what it's going to be. You know what I mean? So
That's crazy.
That's it. Yeah, look, y'all, you done pulled it up. Look at that. Same type of pillars.
Literally.
Same type of thing. They just got it on the building and it's not on the side of a damn mountain. It's the same thing.
Yeah.
It's like as soon as I saw this little piece right here, this little
you knew it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's
everything
it.
about it. The top of it, how they always got them type of designs.
Yeah.
Then they build their houses up like it's just crazy. They build it like that's the same thing. Go back to that other image just cause the other one that you was on with the White House and watched it. Yeah, look at this. It's the same.
Man. Yeah, I got this quick video. Look at this damn video.
I've been waiting for the question. What's up with the ceiling?
Hold on.
You think you can send it?
Yeah. So price. Let me see. Y'all probably send a link to the chat.
Yep. No, for real, Auntie. How you ish? You something like I'm like them. He said, no, you nothing like them. We something like them, like for Friday after next. He said, we something like them. No, you
gotta
nothing
send it to
like
the chat, Tazian.
You send it to the chat. All right, let's see. See if you can pull it up, yay.
Probably gotta copy and paste it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. But dang, this is crazy.
God.
And all they did was take ideas from everywhere, even their gods, and just how everything works. You know what I mean? From these birds, the eagle, to these things, everything, these so-called holidays. Man, that's it. If you could pull that up, I'm sure that's probably be it. So concise, straight to the point. Oh, let's read.
Y'all can see it?
Yep.
Yeah.
So I've been waiting for this question. What's up with the ceiling? That one's white, but it's weird because I kind of live in Iraq.
Oh my God!
So
look at this, bro. Literally living in Iraq.
Oh my God!
Dang.
So I've been waiting for this question. What's up with
to this day?
That one's white, but it's weird because I kind of live in Iraq.
That is
like them niggas in Petra. They look like Petra to me.
Man.
Yeah.
So
that's crazy.
Yeah.
Madness.
Shalom to the people that's in here. Let's get them likes up. You haven't. Let's get these likes up. Let's get in this algorithm. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Put that bell on. All that good stuff. Show us some love, man. Tell a friend and tell a friend. We trying to reach as many of the people as we can, man, to the lost sheep of the house of Israel. Let's get this number of the elect sealed, man, so we can get the hell up out of here.
God.
That's right, man.
Shalom to everybody that came out. You know, talking about, look at this brother Katham. You are, brother. Get the smoker out. We pulling up on you. You know you love the cook.
Man.
I got 30 pounds of chicken for $10. Like, how do you find this? Man.
God.
So you know he do. Look, so you know he do. That's like that. He'd be like, yeah, I had 6 ribeyes for $15. I said, whoa,
Dog.
some
Dang.
crazy stuff. Like, how's he finding all these prices?
Good ass deal.
But man, shalom to everybody came in here. Shalom to the new people. Shalom to everybody. My continuous people. We will be back again. You already know we doing twice a week, man. Lord willing, we'll be back Thursday, July the 3rd, 8:30 p.m. Tap in with us, come with us, bring your friends. They want to talk about the scriptures, whatever they want to do. They want to learn something. Tell them to hop on here. Tell them to ask any questions about the Bible. Lord willing, we'll be able to answer it through the spirit and power of Yahawah HaMashaYACH. Shalom to everybody. Get these lights. Don't hesitate. We love all of y'all. We do this for y'all. This is the reason why we do it, man. We not only, we hearing the word of God as well, but we're rinsing our hands. We're getting the blood off of our hands. Because once Yahawah come back, they're not gonna be able to say they didn't hear there was an Israelite and what's supposed to do. Everybody needs to work out their own salvation while we have the opportunity to do so. The Most High not playing, man. People been having dreams and visions. The Most High is about to kill people. He's coming back bringing death and judgment. And Lord willing, every single one of you, Yahawah's law keepers, are in here, be able to be redeemed, man, and we be the first fruits of the kingdom. That's what I'm hoping for. All praise to the Most High. I was meditating on anything. What I need more than anything is peace and salvation, man. I want to be saved. I don't know about y'all.
That's right. That's right, brother. That's what we need for sure.
Now I think Shab.
He dropped off.
Yeah, I know his John. He's been messing up, but through the spirit, he lasted through the whole video. So all praise to the Most High. My internet was messing up. Now it's all good. Shalom to everybody's in here. If y'all got any questions, let us know right now, man. We got a couple of minutes. Any questions? If not, we gonna get out of here and we'll see y'all in 2 days, man. July the 3rd, 8:30 p.m. I'm gonna see it for a couple minutes. See if Shah gonna click back on. If not, I don't see no questions, man. We gonna get out of here.
God, it's all praises, man. All praises.
We got Unity Camp on the 5th, man. With a bunch of brothers or whatever. It should be WFI, should be LOI, Marashah, should be a couple other people.
Yeah.
So Shav here, man. I don't see no questions, but if y'all do, he said, let me see, drop a link. If y'all do got some, don't hesitate. Even if you don't have nothing now, I don't want you to rush, but think about anything. You could think about a Bible verse, like what does this mean? There's no such thing as a dumb question. There's no such thing, you know what I mean? We just want to know. We're trying to help our people not be confused and, you know what I mean, and help them out to the best of our ability. That's what we're here to do, man. There's no such things because when I got around elders and people I felt like knew the Bible better than me, I'm asking every single question I can think of.
Everything.
Like, what does this mean?
Yeah.
This, that.
That's the whole point. That's the point. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. That's right. All praise to the Most High, Auntie. All praise to the Most High.
All praises.
For real.
Would it let him?
I don't know if it will.
Is he on the?
He can see it. No, because it probably won't. It probably won't. But without further ado, man, I ain't gonna hold y'all up, man. With that, like I said, we'll see y'all, Lord willing, Thursday. Have a good lesson through the spirit and power. Let's hopefully something go on with Israel and Iran so we can talk about that, so on and so forth. But with that, I'd like to say, call Halal, Yahawah, Bahashim HaMashaYACH, Yahawah, Shalom, and Ahava Thumb. Till next time, Israel, Shalom.
Shalom, family. Ahava Thumb. Kwam Yasharala.